How y'all doing? First, yeah, the fucking hat was rigged. I'll tell you what. It's great to be here in Winooski tonight. Garden spot of Chittenden County. Yeah, I know what kind of gardens they're growing too. You got 20 convenience stores in a 1 square mile area. You know, the town has the munchies. You got 20 bars too, and a liquor store the size of a football field, so that tells you something else. If I had lived here 10 years ago, I'd be dead. Anyways, a little known fact about the name Winooski, and I say it's little known because I made it up, that it's a 2-part word that simply means this. The first part, win, is from an ancient German dialect, which means to dwell or to live in. And Uski is from Russian, and it means shithole. So on our way here tonight, we came to the end of the off-ramp on 89, and there was a woman standing outside, and she had a cardboard sign that said, "Pregnant, anything will help." So I gave her a condom. Anybody here suffering from SAD or seasonal affective disorder? Woo! You must be medicated. That's great. You don't seem too sad. Anyway, it's been on the news a lot lately, and they're talking about cures for it or treatments for it, which one is medication and the other is sit in front of a bright light in the morning and drink some tea maybe. I got a cure for you. Move to fucking Florida. But you run the risk of contracting another condition known as biffo, which is, boy, it's fucking hot out. Wife and I just bought a Tempur-Pedic bed. Anyone buy one here recently? Oh, I'm sorry, this is Winooski. Anyone steal one here recently? It's great, I love it. It's great for the back, but I'll tell you, trying to screw on that thing is like playing Twister on the beach. You get 2 moves max, and you're stuck. So you better be stuck somewhere good at that point, because that's it. Game over. Now, the wife and I went shopping the other day, and on the way we came to a red light. And there was a car in front of us, and the light turned green, and I waited a few seconds, and the car didn't move. I waited a few more seconds, still the car didn't move. Finally, I gently honked my horn, and my wife looks at me, and she goes, "What are you doing? We're in Vermont. We don't honk horns here." I said, "Honey, you gotta be kidding me. We honk horns everywhere in the rest of the civilized world. I mean, it's in the middle of the steering wheel. It's the easiest apparatus to find. I could sit in a car I've never been in, and it would take me 5 minutes to find the emergency flashes, but the horn, right there." I love honking the horn. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do. Come on, guys. I mean, you know, it's a joy for us. It's a true joy. I mean, I said to her, I said, "Why don't you just mount a boob in the middle of the steering wheel and tell me I can't touch it?" In fact, if I was designing cars, all cars would have a boob in the middle of the steering wheel. Not only that, airbags would deploy in the shape of boobs. And they would be called air boobs. You get in an accident, and the driver's side air boob deploys, the passenger side air boob deploys, and my favorite, the side impact air boob deploys. All at once. Oh, it's a great sight. Oh, what a way to go. And if you don't die, you can just lay your head on one and wait for the EMTs to show up. I love it. So we get to the grocery store, and we gather all our things, and we're getting in line, and we're next in line, and I've got half of our stuff up on the conveyor belt. And right at the end of the sale of the person in front of us, the register just dies. And I know what's going to happen next. The manager comes over to help the cashier, and the manager takes a look at the machine and determines that there was no fixing it, and says to the cashier, "Why don't you go to the aisle next door and open that one?" And immediately, the little old lady at the back of the line has dove into the line next to us, into the spot next to us, and the person behind her jumps in behind them. And suddenly I've gone from next to last, and I lean over the pile of gum and I say, "Hey lady, I was next over here." And she says, "You still are." Now, the other day I saw this post from my niece on Facebook. It was a nice little post, and it said, if you go to bed at night with a smile on your face, you're going to wake up happy. And I thought that was so sweet. You know, and probably true. And I started to wonder, if I went to bed with a puzzled look on my face, would I wake up bewildered? I often do anyway, but I really believe this. I really believe this to be true, that however you go to bed at night, the look on your face is going to be your reality for the next day. Unfortunately, last night I fell asleep with a shit-eating grin. Thank you all. You've been great. Have a good night.